This video is to help you with the homework for section 2.2.4. So the first thing you're going to do for 279 is to find the value of these expressions. You can use a tile diagram, which would be like the integer tiles we talked about, or a number line to help if you need it, but it's not required. So for A, remember a number in front of parentheses without another operation sign means multiply. So you're taking 3 times 4. B, you're taking 4 plus 11 plus negative 4. C, you're taking 3.2 times 2, right? So that's 3 and 2/10 being multiplied by 2. For D, you're taking negative 2 plus negative 2 plus negative 2. Find that value, then take the absolute value of that. For E, 2 times negative 7.5, find that value, and then take the absolute value. And then F, you're taking 10 and 1/5 times negative 5. Remember, you could change 10 and 1/5 into a decimal if you wanted to, or you could change it into an improper fraction and multiply. But again, for all of these, you don't have to use a diagram or number line, but you can. For 280, they want you to use the distributive property to rewrite them and then find the value. So for B, for example, you would break that apart to be 6 times 500 plus 90 plus 2, right? So if you break that into 6 times 500 plus 90 plus 2, which I will show you up above here, then distributive property tells us to take the 6 times the 500. In other words, distribute the 6 to the 500, and then the 6 times the 90, distribute the 6 to the 90, and then the 6 times the 2. So that's what they mean by doing the rewrite as a product of sums. So you're going to now change this into the sum. And then what is 6 times 500? What is 6 times 90? What is 6 times 2? And what is the final value? Same concept with A. You would break that into 9 times 400 plus 10, and then use distributive property. And again, they give you an example up here as well. For 281, you're going to copy and complete the diamond problems. Now, for the diamond problems, what this is telling you off to the side here is that this is the general rule with diamond problems. You've worked a little bit with them in the past, but not a lot. So what you need to do is to take the two numbers that are located on the sides here, and you need to multiply them. That's what that means by having x, y. Remember, if there's no operation sign in between, it means multiply. So you're going to take those two values and multiply them to get the top. Then you're going to take those two values and add them to get the bottom. So there's only one possible answer that works for diamond problems if you're following those correct rules. The two numbers on the side need to multiply to give you the top, need to add to give you the bottom. You may want to even go ahead and put that into your workbook because you'll use diamond problems quite a bit down the road, especially as we progress towards algebra. So what they're asking for A is, if we know this value is 9, what does this value need to be so that the sum of the two of them is 16? All right. Once you fill that in, then 9 times that value will give you the top. All right, so that's what they're looking for here. For C, they're asking what two numbers will multiply to give you that top product and would also add to give you this bottom product. Again, there's only one possibility that works. For D, you're taking the two numbers that you're given, you're going to multiply to get the top value and add to give you the bottom value. For 282, they're giving you a couple of components of the portions web, and you need to find the others. So for A, they're giving you the decimal 45 hundredths and the word 45 hundredths. You're going to want to write the fraction and simplify it and the percent. For B, they're giving you the fraction, which is an improper fraction, and the percent, and you need the decimal and words or picture. 283, Camille had a very fun birthday party with lots of friends and family attending. The party lasted for 3 hours. She and her friends played games for 3/8 of the time, ate pizza and cake for 50% of the time, and spent the remainder of the time opening presents. They want you to draw a diagram and make calculations to show how much time was spent opening presents. So 3/8 of the time was spent eating, playing games, 50% or half the time was spent eating pizza and cake, how much time was left for opening presents? Again, knowing that the party lasted for 3 hours, which would be the same as 3 times 60 minutes or 180 minutes. 284. Jana measured the heights of sunflowers growing in her backyard, and here is the heights that she found. Okay. They want you to find the mean and the median. So the mean is adding them up and dividing by how many is in the list. And the median is the middle value when they're in order. So find the mean and the median. And then they want you to make a histogram to represent the data. The histogram is supposed to have 4 bins, each with a width of 15. So since we haven't done those very recently, I'll remind you what that means. 4 bins means you have 4 sets down here. And if they're each going to have a width of 15, you're going to go 30 to 15 for the first bin. See how many sunflowers fall in that category, and that'll be your frequency height. 45 to 60, 60 to 75, and 75 to 90. And then along the side, again, you're going to have frequency. So how many values are in between 30 and 45, and so on. So that then is your homework for 2.2.4. Please feel free to, again, ask me questions if you have any. Thanks.